I'm going to show you a clip, something that you probably have seen many times over the years.
50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
So this is August 28th, 1963. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. just delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. And do you notice something? His followers are wearing the Gandhi cap. You may be asking yourself, wait, what? Why are followers of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1960s America wearing the symbol of the Indian independence movement on their heads, right? It was no secret back then that Martin Luther King Jr. was a huge admirer of Mohandas Gandhi. And actually, he called Mohandas Gandhi his guiding light. The Gandhi cap is a simple white hat that is pointy in the front and back, and it was a symbol of the Indian independence movement. It was popularized by Mohandas Gandhi, and people wore it regardless of their religion, and many politicians in India still wear it to this day. Prior to this, Indians wore different types of headgear. The Muslims wore their prayer hats, the Sikhs wore their turbans, and many others depending on their religion and region of India. Gandhi designed this hat himself, and he wore it in the early 1920s. Gandhi led a long campaign of nonviolent protests that ultimately got India its independence from Britain in 1947. If you ask around today, most Americans will have no idea why followers of Martin Luther King Jr. would wear this hat. It is a part of the forgotten American history. Civil rights movements are not talked about much today. And in this day and age where media is consumed very much independently, people's opinions have become polarized. We have seen violent riots break out in the summer of 2020 in the height of the pandemic in the United States. Even right now in 2023, we're seeing many riots break out in France. People are not resorting to peaceful protests. The modern way of consuming media has polarized our views into extreme opposites. It is hard for us to have a political discourse without name calling or insults, and a political discourse often turns violent. The things that we learned during our civil rights movement are quickly being forgotten, just like the Gandhi hats themselves. This idea may be counterintuitive in a nation that prides itself in having the right to carry arms as part of its constitutional rights, but we should remember how this form of peaceful protest has ultimately given birth to the most populous country in the world right now.